You may not feel chest pain, you may not collapse or wheeze or panic, but something still feels wrong. You wake up more tired than rested. You feel full quickly when eating. You avoid stairs, not out of fear, but because your body just whispers, "Not today." If you've been told your heart is weakened or that it doesn't pump like it used to, you've probably been taught how to survive. But no one showed you how to live well with heart failure or ischemic heart disease in daily, supportive rhythm. Because here's what they don't often say. Your heart doesn't fail all at once. It strains, slowly, subtly, every day. From the way you bend, the way you chew, the way you move from one room to the next without pause. And after 60, the way you move matters just as much as the medications you take. This video isn't about workouts or food charts. It's about 5 specific daily practices that reduce internal resistance and let your heart do its job with less effort. Like this video if your body needs restoration, not restriction. Subscribe for gentle shifts that create real relief. One breath at a time. Let's begin. Part 1. 5 hidden daily stressors that drain a weak heart. And what to do instead. 1. Using your dominant hand for everything. Most people use one side of the body far more than the other, especially the dominant hand. But constantly favoring one side of the chest, shoulder, and diaphragm can create muscular imbalance that shifts rib cage mechanics, limits full lung expansion, and crowds the heart. This asymmetry makes your heart work harder, just to circulate evenly. Balance your body's rhythm. Use your non-dominant hand for light tasks, e.g. brushing, wiping counters. Do gentle stretches opening the tighter shoulder, usually the dominant one. During breathing, place your hand on the less used side and breathe into it. Carry bags or light items on the opposite side occasionally. Notice if one foot always leads, and try alternating during walks. Symmetry reduces internal resistance and creates better flow for the heart. 2. Wearing clothes that press around the ribs or chest. Many seniors wear snug undergarments, compression wear, or old-fitting clothing that subtly constricts the torso. Even low-level compression can impair rib expansion and reduce venous return, especially problematic in heart failure, where circulation already struggles with volume. This often goes unnoticed because it's not tight. It's just slightly restricting and chronic. Try these wardrobe shifts. Switch to loose-fitting tops that allow full chest and abdominal movement. Avoid tight bras, shapewear, or anything with stiff rib bands. During the day, take breathing breaks. Remove outer layers and stretch the torso. When resting, wear robes or soft layers that don't grip the chest. After meals, avoid sitting in clothes that press the midsection. When your torso moves freely, your blood does too. 3. Sitting with knees above the hips. Many soft chairs or couches cause your hips to sink below your knees, creating pelvic compression, impeding lymphatic drainage, and slowing venous return from the legs. This leads to swelling, fluid retention, and, over time, increased cardiac preload. Rebuild seated circulation. Use a firm cushion to elevate hips slightly above knees. Avoid sitting in deep couches for long periods. Sit forward occasionally with feet planted flat and spine lifted. Take standing or leg raising breaks every 30 to 45 minutes. Do light ankle flexes or heel lifts while seated. Better leg circulation equals less backflow for the heart to handle. 4. Leaning over counters or sinks with locked elbows. Whether washing dishes, brushing teeth, or cleaning, many seniors lean forward with braced arms, stiff shoulders, and locked joints. This position restricts rib movement, increases thoracic pressure, and subtly compresses the heart space. especially if held for minutes at a time. Shift the lean. Keep a soft bend in your elbows during forward tasks. Stand closer to the sink or counter. Don't reach far. Breathe through your nose while working. Avoid bracing. Use one foot on a low stool to reduce spinal load. After the task, stand upright and roll shoulders back. Don't let daily chores silently compress your circulation. 5. Avoiding laughter, humming, or voice expression. This may seem unrelated, but vocal vibration, especially gentle sound like humming or soft laughter, stimulates the vagus nerve, which reduces heart rate, improves rhythm, and lowers systemic stress tone. Many seniors go hours, or entire days, without making any sound other than functional speech. You don't need to become a singer. You just need to let your chest resonate again. Simple, sound-based heart support. Hum softly during chores or walks. Read one short paragraph aloud every morning. Watch something that makes you laugh, even gently. Before sleep, make a soft or ah sound while exhaling. Use a calm tone with yourself. It actually matters. Your voice is not just communication. It's regulation. Which of these habits do you recognize or want to try changing? Comment below. Your awareness might support someone else's heart. Like this video if even one shift helped you breathe easier. Subscribe, because in Part 2, we'll explore how movement patterns and house setup affect venous return, oxygen delivery, and why your heart might still feel overloaded even if you're resting. Part 2. How movement patterns and home setups quietly strain the heart, and 5 corrections that help it recover. You don't need to run marathons for your heart to feel overwhelmed. Sometimes it's the way you shift in your chair, the way you reach for a glass, the way you walk the same path, at the same pace, with the same tension, every day. For a weakened heart, it's not dramatic movement that causes fatigue. It's repetition without regulation. Because over time, repetitive patterns, especially if misaligned, create micro-resistance. And the heart has to work harder to move blood through areas that have become stiff, blocked, or chronically compressed. This part of the video isn't about exercise. It's about noticing how your home and habits quietly shape your circulation, and adjusting just enough to give your heart room to breathe again. 1. Always turning in one direction. When moving between spaces, most people subconsciously favor one side when turning, standing up, or transitioning from room to room. This repeated asymmetry affects spinal rotation, rib movement, and even how the diaphragm coordinates with the heart, subtly shifting how efficiently blood flows across the chest. Try movement mirroring. Practice turning both left and right when exiting chairs or beds. Rearrange furniture to encourage more symmetrical pathways. During chores, switch the leading hand or foot occasionally. Include one daily opposite movement, such as turning the opposite direction when reaching for a common item. Notice habitual side dominance and gently interrupt it. Balance in motion creates balance in circulation. 2. Reaching with tight fingers and locked wrists. As people age, many develop stiffness in the fingers and wrists. But tight hand mechanics travel up the forearm into the shoulder and chest, where blood vessels pass near the heart and lungs. Gripping or reaching with tension may seem minor, but it can subtly restrict upper body blood flow, especially when repeated. Loosen your reach. Before tasks, open and close your fists 5 to 10 times. Rotate your wrists gently in both directions. Reach with an open palm when possible, not a clenched hand. Stretch fingers by placing hands flat on a table and gently pressing down massage the palms once daily, especially the base of the thumb. Soft hands, softer shoulders, better blood flow near the heart. 3. Always sitting or standing in the same position to do daily tasks. Whether it's folding laundry, preparing food, or talking on the phone, most seniors default to one position, one spot, one setup. But chronic repetition of body posture reinforces stiffness in certain muscles and joints, especially in the thoracic spine and rib cage, creating long-term limitations in how the heart and lungs interact. Break the postural loop. Try folding or reading in a different room or chair. Alternate between seated and standing versions of the same task. Do one daily task, like talking on the phone, while gently walking. Use different surfaces or counter heights to vary body angles. Observe where your shoulders sit, and change something if they're always lifted or tense. Variation brings mobility, and mobility eases pressure on your core systems. 4. Storing essentials in high or low places that require strain. Many people keep everyday items in upper cabinets or low drawers that require constant bending, reaching, or stretching. These repetitive motions increase vascular compression through the chest and abdomen, especially when done quickly or without breath awareness. Restructure with relief in mind. Move most used items, mugs, medicine, keys, to mid-level shelves. Avoid storing heavy objects above shoulder height. Use step stools instead of overreaching. For low drawers, squat gently or sit on a stool rather than bending at the waist. Adjust shelf placement to match your natural standing reach. Effortless access protects effort-sensitive systems, like the heart. 5. Walking in the same rhythm with no upper body movement. Most seniors walk the same way every day. Same speed, same posture, same minimal arm swing. But walking with a rigid torso and unmoving arms reduces circulation through the chest and limits one of the body's most natural cardio-supportive rhythms. Activate your whole stride. Swing your arms gently, not forcefully, to match your steps. Occasionally, vary pace, slow, medium, slow again. Pause mid-walk and reach your arms up or out, then resume. Walk backwards a few steps in a safe space to engage different muscles. Include diagonal steps or side steps in your indoor routine to reintroduce coordination. The heart prefers rhythm, but it also thrives on adaptive movement. Which of these patterns show up in your day? Leave a comment. Your insight might open someone else's eyes to what's been quietly wearing their heart down. Like this video if something clicked. And subscribe, because in Part 3, we'll explore the emotional habits that affect your heart more than any task or posture, and how to shift them, one breath at a time. Part 3. The emotional patterns that keep your heart under strain, and how to break them gently. You may not feel upset. You may not even call it stress. But every day, your body receives small emotional cues that say, stay alert, stay in control, don't drop the ball. And when those cues come every day, without rest, your heart doesn't get to recover. Because after 60, emotional tension is no longer just a mental experience. It's physical, metabolic, cardiovascular. Many people with heart failure or ischemic heart disease unknowingly live in a state of soft vigilance, a low-level, ongoing alertness that tells the heart to stay braced, even in stillness. Let's explore 5 emotional reflexes that keep your heart tight, and what to do instead. 1. Narrating your day in negative or pressured language. You might think you're just being realistic, but phrases like, I'm so behind, I need to push through, or I can't stop now, send real-time stress signals to your nervous system. And those signals reach your heart instantly. Your heart doesn't understand metaphor. It reacts to tone. Change your internal dialogue. Replace pressure phrases with softer alternatives. I'm moving at my pace, or this is enough for today. Practice saying, I can pause now, out loud, even once a day. Notice words of judgment or urgency, and reframe them with kindness. Keep a written list of phrases that calm you, and glance at it during the day. Speak aloud to yourself gently when doing simple tasks. The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for your entire system. 2. Feeling responsible for maintaining peace or comfort for others. Many seniors, especially caregivers, carry a deep belief. If I stay calm, others won't worry. If I stay strong, I protect them. But emotional overfunctioning creates invisible pressure, and chronic emotional holding patterns translate into elevated heart strain. Give yourself permission to be real. Say, I don't need to hold this all together alone, even if no one hears it. Let others see your pauses, your fatigue, your real needs. Accept that others are allowed to feel uncomfortable. That's not your job to fix. When asked, how are you? Answer, honestly, not automatically. Schedule time weekly for your emotional needs, not just theirs. Letting go of control is not weakness, it's relief. 3. Avoiding pauses because they feel unproductive. Even in retirement, many seniors feel guilt when they're not doing something. They fill silence with scrolling, chores, background noise, anything but stillness. But the heart needs punctuation. It needs slow, empty space to shift out of effort mode. Reclaim the pause. Create one non-doing window per day. 5 to 10 minutes of intentional stillness. Let silence be a sound, not an absence. Sit by a window without multitasking. Listen to one piece of soft instrumental music while doing nothing. Trust that nothing is happening. And that's the point. Stillness is not wasted time. It's recalibration time. 4. Reacting with subtle tension to unexpected delays. A late call, a slow web page, a delay in traffic. These micro-frustrations may seem harmless, but each one activates a mini stress cascade, especially if your system is already on edge. Each time your breath shortens or your shoulders lift, your heart takes the hit. Create calm reflexes. When a delay happens, say, it's okay, nothing urgent. Use delays as prompts to breathe deeper, not faster. Keep your shoulders low. Exhale as you check time or refresh a page. Let your hands rest softly on a surface. Grounding helps reduce internal escalation. Smile, even faintly, when nothing is happening. It interrupts tension reflexes. Your heart doesn't need more speed. It needs your nervous system to tell it, we're fine. 5. Trying to stay emotionally neutral all the time. Many people think staying calm means not feeling too much, but that often leads to emotional flattening. No joy, no sadness, just steady numbness. That emotional compression mirrors physical compression. Tight breathing, poor circulation, muted rhythms. The solution is not more calm. It's safe emotional range. Re-expand your spectrum. Watch or listen to something that moves you emotionally, and let it share a memory out loud, even if it brings tears. Express appreciation or affection to someone, even briefly. Let your facial expression shift more during the day. Not stay frozen. Journal one honest sentence a day about how you actually feel. Emotion is movement, and the heart thrives in movement, not suppression. Which of these emotional patterns feel familiar to you? Leave a comment. Your insight may open a door for someone else. Like this video if even one shift helped your body soften. And subscribe, because in Part 4, we'll explore how your evening habits, lighting, sounds, and bedtime routines either overload your heart or restore its rhythm through simple adjustments. Part 4. The nighttime environment that either restores your heart or quietly exhausts it. Even if you rest, even if you lie down early, even if you sleep through the night, you may still wake up feeling tired, heavy, or short of breath. That's because not all rest is restoring. And for a heart under stress, the environment around your sleep matters as much as sleep itself. A noisy room, a wrong pillow, poor lighting, or even the way you think before bed can keep your heart in a state of defense all night. This final part isn't about perfect sleep hygiene. It's about the small cues your nervous system receives at night, and how they affect blood flow, heart rhythm, and overall cardiac load. Let's walk through 5 powerful nighttime shifts that can help a failing or ischemic heart finally recover when it matters most. 1. Using overhead lighting in the hours before sleep, bright ceiling lights send signals to the brain that it's still daytime. They suppress melatonin, elevate cortisol, and keep the cardiovascular system in a mild state of alert. For a heart that needs to slow down, overhead light is a silent stressor. Adjust your light rhythm. Switch to lamps or wall lights at least 2 hours before bed. Use warm-colored bulbs. Avoid harsh white or blue light. Reduce light intensity gradually as evening progresses. Light only the spaces you're using, not the whole room or house. Consider candlelight or salt lamps for softer ambiance. Darkness isn't just for sleep, it's for regulation. 2. Falling asleep with background TV or news sounds. Some people use noise to relax, but most TV content, especially news or intense dramas, activates emotional tension, even unconsciously. That tone sets the nervous system on edge, and your heart can't fully shift into recovery mode if your ears are still bracing. Create an audio wind-down. Turn off TV and news at least 30 minutes before lying down. Use calming soundscapes if needed. Soft music, white or pink noise. Avoid headphones. Let sound be ambient, not direct. Breathe along with slow music for 2 to 3 minutes. Let silence be part of your nighttime rhythm. Give your heart the auditory silence it needs to settle. 3. Sleeping flat on your back without head or torso elevation. For those with heart failure or fluid retention, lying completely flat can increase pulmonary pressure, reduce lung expansion, and trigger nighttime breathlessness. This position also increases return flow to the heart, which may already be struggling to keep up. Rebuild your sleeping structure. Use pillows or a wedge to elevate the torso, not just the head. Aim for a 30 to 45-degree angle, comfortable but supportive. Consider sleeping on your side with upper body slightly raised. If using a recliner, ensure hips stay slightly flexed, not fully straight. Experiment with leg elevation only if swelling is present. Otherwise, keep them neutral. The goal isn't just comfort, it's circulatory ease. 4. Holding mental to-do lists or emotional loops in your mind as you lie down. Even if your body is still, your mind might be reviewing tasks, regrets, or conversations over and over. This loop prevents the nervous system from fully entering parasympathetic mode, the deep rest state where healing happens. Ease your mind's grip. Write down lingering thoughts 30 minutes before bed. Create a ritual phrase. This can wait. Now I rest. Place one hand on your chest, one on your belly. Breathe slowly. Repeat a gentle word or sentence in your mind as you drift, like safe or release. Let mental stillness be as valuable as physical stillness. A quiet mind sends the message your heart needs. You're safe. You can slow down now. 5. Ignoring the position and tension of your jaw, chest, and hands. We think of sleep as a whole-body state. But often, the jaw stays clenched, the hands stay curled, or the chest stays rigid even as we sleep. This creates microtension that keeps your heart in low-grade alert mode. Let your body truly melt. Gently massage your jaw, cheeks, or temples before bed. Open and close your fists 10 times. Then let them fall softly. Rub your chest in small circles, especially near the sternum. Take 3 full-body yawns, even if they feel artificial at first. Shake out the arms or legs for 10 seconds before lying down. The heart responds to muscular tone. Let it feel softness, not bracing, as your final signal of the day. Which of these nighttime shifts will you try first? Leave a comment. Your reflection might help someone else get the deep rest their heart has been missing. Like this video if one simple change made your night feel different. And subscribe, because even though this is the end of this series, your heart's restoration is just beginning. You don't need more noise. You don't need more pressure. You need space. You need quiet. And most of all, you need a rhythm that finally includes you.